Gosh, loads of you here already. And I'm 5 minutes late. Sorry about that. Right, here we go then. Day 17 of our Phoenix Way Mini Live Challenge. I'm Lindsay Setchell, and today we're going to talk about when to call a hoof care professional. Not when to call a vet, but when to call a hoof care professional. The importance about this is, or knowing about the hoof will help you know when you're going to call your hoof care professional. I mean, if you're friends, you might be just messaging each other about all sorts of things, but I'm talking about when is it the right time for a horse owner to call a hoof care professional? When do you need to bring your expert back in? And I say back in because they should be there anyway. They should be coming regularly, and keeping your horse's hooves healthy, addressing potential problems early. If you have a comment to make about this session, when we're on this session, lesson, whatever we want to call it, mini live challenge, if you have a comment to make, stick it. Or you want to say something, stick it in the comments below. Because if you've ever been unsure whether an issue with your horse's hooves needed professional attention, share your story. What happened? Did your professional respond? Or was it that you ended up finding out loads of information because you joined the Phoenix Way? And when you joined the Phoenix Way Path to Hoof Health, you realized that it was us you needed to call all along. Okay, so let's start. Oh, let me go live on Instagram. Let's go live. Oh, going live on Instagram. Okay, so let's just start with a few shout. Oh my God, there's so many of you again. Start with a few shout outs. Therese is here. Hello, everybody. Lovely weather up here in North Sweden today. Lovely. Stella Gallett. Good morning, all. Are we going for the prize for the person who doesn't miss one of these lives in a whole 365 days? Are you going to stick with me for a full 365 days? Or I will be alone out there at the end of day 365 days out there alone. Marianne, morning all. Big congrats to all new HMB pros. I know, it's cool, right? We've got quite a few now. We've got quite a few. We had our first cohort go through. There were, I think, about 10 of those. And our second cohort has just gone through, and that's another 7. So that's nearly 20 pros that are out. Well, there are over 20, including the ones that are already qualified. And it's incredible that in 2.5 years, we've gone well over 60 students have gone now through the course. Well over 60 students have gone through the course. And this course is changing lives, not only of our students' lives, and they're so proud of their badge. They're so proud of the course. They're so proud of what they've done, but it's also changing other horses' lives and owners' lives too. So thank you very much. It is awesome. Fiona's here. Hi, Fiona Francis. Morning, everyone. Heather Swithenbanks here. Hi, everyone. Sunshine says hello from Tennessee, y'all. How did that go? Did I sound y'all? Georgie Williams is here. Hello, everyone. It's lovely to see you yesterday, Georgie. Gail's here. Hello, all. Ulrika's here. Hi, all from France. Bonsoir. Angela's also here from France. Happy Friday, everyone. Bonsoir. Melanie's here. Sick at home, but made sure to set my alarm for the mini live. Oh, I hope this makes you feel better. I hope we can raise your spirits. Come on, you can do it. Get better soon. Connie Toire's here. Hi, all from Canada. Gail says, darn winter bugs. We are headed into another cold snap. 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. The horses are running silly. Changes are coming. Changes are coming. That train is coming. Sarah Lou. Hi, everyone. Says Sarah. Garvin Ranch is here. Howdy, hey. Tara says, evening, beautiful people, sitting here geeking out on before and after hoof picks. That's very geeky, very nerdy. Okay, let's move on with what we're talking about today. We're talking about, our topic today is when to call a hoof care professional. Well, we should be having our hoof care professional coming regularly. We spoke about that yesterday. If you missed that live, go check it out now. That was talking about regular trims and why we should be doing regular trims. But today we're talking about the importance of professional hoof care. Now, when we do our 3-day workshops, we talk to you about how we can teach you to trim. Now, for some people who are very practical and probably have already been getting very involved with their horses' hooves, that just gives them the extra bit of information that they need, because the guidelines are actually very simple when you trim. Putting that into practice is not necessarily simple. But for those people, it gives them that extra bit that they need to go on and carry on doing their horses' hooves. Of course, with us in the background, always with us in the background, giving them support. And we support hundreds and hundreds of owners to do their own horses' hooves. It absolutely can be done. And all of those die in the woods, old traditional crocs that say it's not allowed, you shouldn't do it, you shouldn't do your own horse's hooves. Oh, tosh. Of course you can. If you are practical enough and you're that way inclined, you can. Who was I before I started? I was just an owner. It's all about application, understanding the right guidelines, applying yourself. Yeah, it's about strength and fitness, but everybody starts somewhere. And many of the students we've just been talking about that have gone through our course, in fact, probably, well, all of them started in the 3-day workshops or on those challenges. In fact, that's what we always insist upon. In fact, you can't become a student in our school and the pro school unless you have done the foundation of either the 3-day workshop or the challenges first. And so we know every single one of them. We've met them. And they've gone, I absolutely love this. So I am going to go on and do this as a professional. I want to help other people. I want to stop other owners getting into the same position that I got into. I really want to help other people. So I think I went slightly off there. So the importance of professional hoof care. The importance of professional hoof care means that you have somebody who should be able to balance a foot. Now, this is troublesome because if you've been part of the Phoenix Way Path to Hoof Health group for a while, you know that it is inundated with very poorly balanced feet. I mean, chopped off toes, very high heels, a foot that is not balanced to that horse's natural parameters. A hoof care professional who is trimming your horse's feet should be able to maintain proper balance. Now, I'll be shot down in flames with this because there'll be people all over the world, all over the internet going, I know how to balance a hoof. If you are chopping off toes and you are allowing heels to grow, then you do not know how to balance a hoof. It's plain and simple because you're balancing it to what's in here. Your ideals. You are definitely not balancing it to what that horse is showing you. It's the same if you mess around with the heels. You rock her heels backwards or inwards or outwards. If you're doing anything that goes against what that horse would naturally do for their own foot, then you're not ensuring balance. So you have to have a hoof care professional that does that. They need to be able to address issues early. They need to talk to you about stuff. When they're doing their regular visits, they need to be able to spot potential problems like imbalances or cracks. And if you're doing it and they're just, your hoof care professional is just jumping in, then they can help you too. One of the big things that we talk about in the Phoenix group is that when you come in, and we try and make this a point to everyone, but people still put up posts without them, we say, please learn how to take good photographs of your horse's feet. If we are giving you online assessments, you have to know how to take photographs of your horse's feet properly. It's not taking them from up here and dirty feet, clean feet. Take them from ground level properly. Take them from the side, from the front, underneath, from the back. These are all the things that we need to see. And if you have a relationship with your hoof care professional, you should be able to send those to your hoof care professional, and they should be able to talk to you about them and why things are happening. They are meant to be the specialists, and those specialists will help you. And if you want to do your own horse's hooves, those specialists should be the ones that encourage you to do that. Specialists that come along and go, no, don't touch your horse's feet. That shouldn't happen. The whole reason that our school grew into the size that it did in 2 years, and is because we care about you as owners, and you as owners, some of you become the specialists to go on and help other owners. You need to have good expertise, you do, to guide you, but gradually over time you learn to do it yourself if you want to do it yourself. If you don't, you need those specialists to guide you, to tell you what is right or wrong with your horse's foot. But like I said, if you are going with somebody who chops toes off, or leaves heels high, or leaves bars, doesn't bring the quarters down to the hard sole plane, doesn't in fact follow the horse's natural foot, creates a hoof capsule, goes in the opposite direction to the hard sole plane, you need to know that. Well, you'll find that out if you join the Phoenix group, and then you'll be able to assess your horse's feet. You need to be able to collaborate with your hoof care professional, because they need to work with you. We talked about that yesterday. They need to work with you. They also need to be able to work with your vet. Now, it's very tricky, isn't it, when you have a vet that isn't on the same page? That is tricky. But only today I had a lovely comment from one of the ladies that I personally help, who I think might even be here. She's here. I've just seen her name. And she said to me, "Thank you for giving me the ability to speak to my vet confidently. And not only that, but to be able to read the x-ray," because the vet had come along to do an x-ray, read the x-ray and discuss, say to the vet, all the things that are going on that x-ray confidently. And the vet just didn't know what to say. And neither did the vet tech that came with the vet. They didn't know quite what to say, and they just sort of did the x-rays and beetled off. There was no discussion, I don't think, particularly, because this owner has been in the Phoenix way since I think around about March last year, and has been following our way, or Mother Nature's constants. And now she's and was doing it herself. And then towards the end of the year, she was beginning to struggle a little bit. And I came out, or we came along, and we gave her just that little bit of an extra push, just that little bit of extra information. And that was the right time for her to call us. She said, "I've got to a plateau. I've stuck. I don't feel like we're going any further. Now I need you." We come along, and there were more tweaks to be done. She trusted us, and we saw how hard she was working, and we gave back that information and that expertise to her. So when should you call your hoof care professional out? Well, there's a list of scenarios when your professional might be needed. How do you know when they might be needed? In between trims. If you're in between trims, what about if there's an overdue trim? Well, you need them then, right? You need to get in touch with them then. You need to make sure that you're getting on top of your hoof care professional. Every time they come, make a date for the next one. So, because you don't want, if you've got feet that are starting to go out of whack, you don't want that to happen. So keep those appointments. If the horse's foot is beginning to crack, don't panic if it's starting to bend up. Don't panic. Send a photo to your hoof care professional. They may be able to say, well, actually, the quarters need trimming. And if I used to teach lots of my owners, they didn't want to trim full time their own horses, but they could do things in between. I'd say, okay, look, just nip it off that bit that's sticking up. You can just get a nice little sanding block like this one. These are absolutely awesome. Every horse owner should have one of these. You get it from the DIY store. These little spongy sanding blocks, they work a treat for sanding down rough little spots, etc. What about if your horse is starting to go a little bit lame? Of course, that's the first thing you should do, is contact your hoof care professional first. And especially if they are very involved in regular trims, and you've got a really good relationship with them, you can say, look, I can tell there's a strong digital pulse. That means it's coming from the foot. Lameness is over 80% foot related, if probably even more, even if it's in the leg. It stems from problems within the foot. that means that you can have a discussion with your hoof care professional. I don't want you to get absolutely obsessed with taking a digital pulse every 5 minutes, because that's just not right. Don't be obsessed with that. But if you have a little bit of offness, a little bit of lameness, get in there, have a feel. Well, that feels different to the other foot. That means it's definitely showing me something's going on. There's probably an abscess brewing. What's going on with the bars? Let's go and have a quick check. Let's look under those bars. This is when we need to be able to have this information so that we can go and talk to our hoof care professional, have those conversations. Any changes, any asymmetry, any changes in movement. What about if your horse is reluctant to move? And we're having that lameness. They're favoring a leg. Could it be due to hoof pain and imbalance? Probably. And have you been doing your end of the bargain? Have you been making sure that you haven't overdone the incorrect diet? Are you playing Russian roulette with your horse's diet? Are they getting a lot of systemic issues? These are things that you need to control. And I can tell you this right now, folks, if your horse is put on drugs because of EMS, etc., that drug is not curing that problem. It is not curing the problem. It is reducing the symptoms, which gives you the impression it's curing the problem. And therefore, then you usually carry on doing the same thing. That means you become reliant on the drugs to reduce the symptoms, when in fact, you could reduce the symptoms yourself. But we're not talking about that today. What about abnormal wear patterns? If you start to see wear patterns going out of whack, you shouldn't. If your horse's hooves are being trimmed regularly to your horse's natural constants, you shouldn't see them going out of whack. Normally what happens when a horse comes round to being trimmed again, we see that the foot is perfectly balanced. It just is a little bit long. It just couldn't wear away what it would have done had it been marching around a lot more. So you can check that. If you see sole bruises or an abscess burst, you can talk about that. You can say, look, do you need to come out? I used to get called with lameness, and I used to say, send me a video so I can see. And then I'd see it, because it makes people panic, especially when it looks like they've broken their leg. And then we go through a whole scenario of what happened before and how is it getting worse. If it is, it's usually an abscess, and we move on from there. And I say, my job is to reduce the neurosis. That was what a great deal of my job was about. Day after day, whether I was with them or texting them or video calling them or on the phone, I spent my time keeping the neurosis down, keeping those levels of stress and panic and worry down. That's what I did. If you're having persistent thrush or persistent infections in your foot, at your horse's feet, you need to be looking at whether that is a joint thing, or whether you need to deal with it in terms of treating it. And we treat thrush with a thrush cream that you can buy off the shelf, as well as an antiseptic cream. You mix it together, and that's a really good treatment for the thrush, but it's not quick. You need to treat it for over a long period of time. It took a long period of time to get there. It's going to take a long period of time for it to disappear. So it's always better to speak sooner rather than later. I don't want you to go, oh my God, I need to call them for everything. You won't need to call them for everything. The better, and well, the better your knowledge, the better that it improves, the more it improves. If you start learning more and more, you'll get more confidence. Gary always says confidence comes from knowledge, which it does. And so you will call them less, which means you'll call your vets less, which means you'll be more autonomous in what you do with your horse. You means you can spot things early. Okay, let's have another quick shout out. Who have we got here? Blum, 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 blum. Lydia's here. Hey, Lydia, good to see you. Jenny Ackerstrom's here from Sweden. Hello, hello. Pia's here. Hi, Pia. Hello. Melanie's here. Hello, Melanie. Tammy Keller's here from Germany. Hello. By the way, we're just about to release our German workshops this evening, I think, or at least tomorrow morning. We've got the dates, 27th to 29th of June, just northeast of Cologne, and that's where we're going. We'll see you there. Shannon Shipper is here. Hello. Work made me almost miss this. Darn work. Ramona, hello from Spain. Louise is here. Hi, everyone. Another interesting podcast. We're thinking of putting them up as podcasts. I must talk to Tim about that. Marianne, we should connect. I believe we're in the same area. Oh, good, you guys. Connect. That's amazing. Jesse's here. Good morning. Good morning, warriors from New Zealand. Good morning. I bet it's early there. Very proud, says Sarah, to wear my HMIS school badge, qualified Pro 1 next. Yes. We know you're proud. Anne Chopra's here from Ontario, Canada. Monica is here from Czech. Hello. Jesse says good morning. Good morning from New Zealand. Ali Halfpenny's here. Hello. Celia always here. Good evening. Angela Moore is here. Hi all. Charlotte says, hello, dear Phoenix friends. Charlotte says, I always called you first. You were always there for me when Hero was transitioning all those years ago. You gave me so much advice and information for absolutely no charge. I'm so grateful to you. And I'm still doing it, Charlotte. I'm still doing it. It's just something that's innate. I want to, my students want to, my pros, we just want to help because we don't want to keep seeing it. What we saw all those years ago, Charlotte, we're still seeing, aren't we? And that's something we're trying to stop. So building that relationship with your hoof care professional is really important. So communicate clearly, be consistent, ask questions. It's okay. Be like the lady I spoke to you at the top of this podcast, at the top of this show, when she said, thank you for being there to teach me to be able to read these x-rays so I could have that confident conversation with my vet, and the vet eyes popped out on stalks. This doesn't happen. People don't actually talk to us about what's going on in x-rays. We're normally the ones telling them, not the other way around. So ask questions and trust them if you are working together with your horse's hooves, if they are doing all the right things. But how do you know if they're doing all the right things? This is what the 3-day workshops are about. This is what the challenges are about. You learning whether you're doing all the right things. So a strong partnership will lead ultimately, won't it, to healthier hooves and happier horses. And if you're going it alone, make sure you've got somebody like us, the Phoenix Way, somebody there that you can just go, am I doing it right? Am I okay? Am I doing it right? Just a few quick shout outs. Tridana Equine's here. Kathy Yorkshire Lass is here on Instagram. So today's takeaway, a hoof care professional is an essential partner in your horse's health. Whether that's online helping you like we are in the Phoenix group or in person, you need somebody to guide you. Get on the workshops, get on the challenges, and then just watch your knowledge soar. Knowing when to call them can make all the difference. But if you've got that good communication going between you, you can just go, look at this. What do you think? Oh, it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's keep those stress levels down. Or yeah, when I'm passing, early next week, I'll pop by and I'll come and have a look. Recognizing the signs early and building a strong relationship, you'll set your horse up for long-term success. I can't stress that enough. An awful lot of people have hoof care professionals that flip-flop. We've talked about this before. They flip-flop. They follow this thing and then this method, then they follow another method. Even though they've been trained by this method, they start following this method and it flip-flops. Owners do it too. Owners flip-flop. Because they don't have the right basis of knowledge, they will flip-flop between different methods. Share your observations, peeps. Share your observations or questions in the comments, because I'd love to hear how you are managing your horse's hoof care. Melanie says, Lindsay is changing the world, not only in terms of hoof care, but also the people. People in this group are so nice and helpful. Lindsay gives us this info for free on her own time. No one else will. Well, yeah. Do the challenges though, Melanie. That's what you did. You got on the challenges. You learnt your stuff. I then helped you. And look at you now. Look how you have single-handedly turned around your mare's life. It's just incredible. Sunshine says, yes, I'm sticking with you for 365. Yes, I need you and found you in July 2024. Called the vet first for x-ray, suspected laminitis and abscess. Thank you for your gift to our horses in this world. You are welcome. And thank you for staying with me, because it means a lot to me too. So thank you for joining me today. Tomorrow again, we'll go into something else. And so don't forget to tune in. And if you found the session helpful, please do like, share, tag a friend who might benefit from it. Let's get through this 365 days. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a chore. It's not. I'm quite excited about it. We're already 70 days in and we're doing really well. We are trying to change the world. We are trying to raise standards. We're campaigning for better hoof health. It's in the gutter, and it's our job to make a difference. Okay, so until next time, take care of yourself and your horse, and remember, the Phoenix Way is about rising stronger, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, guys, take care. It's been great having you with me. Bye-bye.